What's the time? Should I train? Audrey has basketball at 8:15. Work starts at 8:30. Still need to get everything organised. It's not enough time to train. Just get up and do something. Nah, not worth it. I just wanted to stay in bed, but I knew that wasn't the right decision for me and what I want my days to look like, and I knew that I was going to be stoked after the session for having done it. So I made that future feeling my motivator and got out of bed. I ended up doing 2/3 of my normal quick strength training session, and it felt awesome. And less about the physical adaptations and more about mentally laying a path so it was going to be easier and easier for future sessions to happen. It was a bit like today, heading out for a boulder. I wasn't feeling great and the weather was kind of warm and muggy. Not ideal. But that's the game sometimes, and you just need to suck it up and do it. Because sometimes I find myself getting in my own way, and action can be the only thing to bust through this. Today's action was awesome, and I feel way better for it. Another step in the right direction.
Yes, come on.
When I was working 4,000 kilometers from home and 2,000 kilometers from the nearest climbing gym, it was my training routine that kept me from going insane. But at the end of a 12-hour shift of doing hard physical work in 35 to 40 degree heat, it really didn't feel that motivated. However, I had a sequence of events to help build momentum to get the sessions done, and each step was an investment in getting the next step done. At 5:45 at the end of the 12-hour shift, I would have my Milo milk drink and a banana. This got me thinking about my session and the beginning of shaking the day off, plus meant that I didn't have a hunger excuse later on. I get back to my room and the clothes and my gear is already out. There's a hangboard, chalk bag, TRX straps, filled up water bottle, all there in the middle of my floor, kind of in the way deliberately. I'd either need to spend the whole night just tripping over it or pick it up and put it down on a bench, and that kind of hurts. Also, seeing the gear was a chance to remember past Tom putting that gear out with the intention of future Tom having a training session. So now present Tom doesn't want to let down past Tom or future Tom. And I know that future Tom's going to be really thankful that present Tom got the session done. So a bit of a team effort here. So now I'm fueled, have my gear with me, walking down to the outdoor gym area, tree in a park, under a stairwell, anywhere really, somewhere where I knew I was going to be able to make the session happen. If I got to the end of the warm-up and I still felt nailed and just wasn't feeling it, I was allowed to let go, because being kind to yourself is always the best option. But pop quiz, how many times do you reckon I got to the end of that prep routine and didn't complete my training? Once. Going through all of this got me in a much better headspace, and I was connected to something fun. I was shaking the day off and got to connect with Tom the climber, even though I was way far removed from anything to do with climbing. One step would lead to the next, and each one would be an investment in the process. And I felt like I was letting myself down if I just stopped halfway through. If you found this video useful so far, I would love it if you could hit the like button and we can help spread it around to more people. And also let me know if you've got any of these sorts of things in your life to try and help sessions, or maybe it's nothing to do with climbing, but just things in life happen. Years later, I was reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he talks quite a lot about this, of linking actions and behaviors together to lead you in the path that you want to go. It kind of, each one takes away friction to get to that end result. It's a really great book if you haven't read it. I'll leave a link below. I have an easy weekly plan written out on our weekly calendar in the kitchen. It's just there, and it's a little reminder each day of what I want to get done. If it's not written down, it's kind of easier to just be like, it's alright, it was just an idea anyway. And each of these actions have an inertia behind them as well. Getting out of bed the other morning to do 2/3 of a training session got me motivated to keep on going and go out climbing, and the session today is about stepping into each day of life and making it what I wanted it to be. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. See you next time.